I think it was all right. I think it was fine. Hey, girl.
Hello, girls. We sound like Tia and Tamara, honey.
I thought you were to say T.S. Madison. What did she say? Twitterland, Facebook, Snapchat,
Christian Mingle.
Hello, we are back.
Is this thing on, honey?
It better be. It better be. What you been up to this week?
Let's see. I'm really in a good mood because I only had to work like 4 days last week.
Okay, did you take a day
as opposed
off?
to 5. Yes, I was off Friday, which was awesome.
Oh, so you having a really long weekend.
Yes, God. Yes, the fuck God. Like that, it's been great. So and then this week, I also only worked 4 days thanks to Veterans Day, the holiday.
Shout out to all the veterans.
Yes, shout out to everybody. And then next week is Thanksgiving, so I'm off. I only work 3 days next week. So I'm like, this is like
next week is Thanksgiving.
Weeks. Yes, bitch.
Oh, I mean, it might be.
Let me double check.
Don't might
get too excited and I'm wrong. Okay, yes. Next week is Thanksgiving. Okay. It's coming fast. It's coming real fast.
Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
It was just I was it was just Halloween, but it literally Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it wasn't just Halloween, but it does. It's been like 2 weeks, but it does feel like it was just Halloween. It really does.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this year is flying by.
It does. It is. Oh, I'm looking at because I got CNN on, so I was getting ready to say real quick. I don't know if y'all know who Stan Lee is. I know Wise Guy Code didn't, but yeah, he died today. I'm sure y'all know that by now. But Stan Lee is he's like a Marvel comic legend. You know, we have so many great comics to thank him for, like, you know, all of the X-Men, Black Panther, I think the Hulk maybe too. It's a lot of them. So
yes,
yeah. It's I mean, it ain't unfortunate. I mean, he's 95. I mean,
well, that's a long. I'm sure
that's a long life. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to say. That's a long life. And not to say that it's not sad, but I mean, he did live a long time, so that's really good.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Are we starting the episode? Do we not have any pre-tea, or what are we doing?
Okay. The People's Choice Award was last Sunday. Was yesterday. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
Okay, as I expected. What I will say is I don't think there were that many performances. I know Nicki Minaj opened the show. I think she did Good Form.
And did
Barbie Things, I think.
She did Barbie Things?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt like it was Barbie Things because I heard her. She was rapping something that I didn't like. I said, that must be And Lord. So, yeah. So she did do Dip with Tiger. It was cute or whatever. It was a good opening. Like, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. It was a good performance. She was rapping more than she was saying, huh! Yeah! And all that
You saw that video I posted of the guy doing her performance, what she does? I don't know.
I did. That was hilarious. I did.
He nailed her. He nailed her so much. It was ridiculous. So, and ever since I saw that video, she has, to me, not done all of those things, or most of the things. I won't say all of them. Most of the things that he did in that video, she has stopped doing. I don't know if she saw the video. I feel like she does, because Nicki Minaj is always on Instagram.
She's online. She knows everything that's going on.
She liking stuff, comments. She's always around. So she had to have seen it, because so many people tagged her in that video, because it was so comical and hilarious, because literally 95% of her performance was her saying, yeah, doing stupid stuff, not rapping the lyrics. He nailed her.
Doing everything but rapping.
And doing everything but actually performing. So I feel like she saw herself and had a realization where she said, let me get this together. And
because it was real. It was real. It was nothing that nobody, like, even people who are fans of not Beyonce, of Nicki Minaj I was thinking about Nicki Minaj, like, even had to be honest, like, yeah, that's what
exactly,
she did.
That's exactly what y'all gonna pay y'all. Well, I guess y'all didn't pay. That's why. Never mind. Back.
Yeah. They tied all that.
Didn't she win 2 awards or something like that?
No, I didn't say that I watched the whole show.
I think I saw, because I know she's had 2 different acceptance speeches, so I'm assuming there's 2 different awards. I don't know what, I'm sure one of them was for like, I don't know, best female album or rapper, I don't know. But
this is People's Choice, so that means that the barbs were just on there spamming the fuck.
Oh, so this is a fan.
Yeah, this is People's Choice Awards.
I never watched this because I don't watch award shows that Beyonce don't have a chance of showing up to.
I didn't either. Let me tell you what happened, and they got me good. After Housewives went off, it came on next. It came on right after on Bravo.
Okay. So it's one of those award shows that probably air like on Bravo,
on E,
like a whole bunch of different channels.
It's E's award show, and I think Bravo and E have some type of relationship.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so they got me, and like I say, Nikki opened the show, so I was like, oh shit, what's this? What's going on? And then after she performed, and a bunch of white people came out, I said, oh. Never mind.
I did see. She said something about Michael B. Jordan. I saw the headline. I guess that he was gonna be undressing her out of that dress.
He wants to.
Would you be upset?
Girl,
Would you be upset if? I'm not about to do this with
girl,
you.
so that's
he has never said that.
That's not.
He has never said that, but he has never not said it either. But
his actions. What they say about actions. What do they say about actions versus words? That's all. I'm gonna leave it there.
But anyway, would you be upset? I thought about this, and I had the same thought process that you did. I wouldn't even be upset if Nicki Minaj and Michael B. Jordan were dating, just for the simple fact that Nicki Minaj is black. That's literally the only reason I wouldn't mind it. Other than that, I really don't care. Would you care if they dated?
Not really, but it would definitely be a good look for him because people right now are not thinking that it would definitely be.
So it would be a good look for her.
Career suffer behind.
I think it would be a good look for her. If the most of all, if anything. Because he's a desirable, very desirable black man in Hollywood.
It would be better than some of her past choices. I can say that.
She only had one official, Safari and Nas. Those are only, and Meek Mill. Okay, never mind. I'm back.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I mean that those 3 together, that's a horror story. Jesus. But we'll keep going.
What else happened this week that was pretty worthy?
Significant.
I don't know if anything else happened. Or are we just starting the episode? What's going on?
We can, because I don't know either. How many records do you have?
At least 2 or 3.
Okay. I think I got about 4 things that we can talk about today. So yes, I do think we should go ahead and get started.
So you want to do the opening?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is Backseat Drivers. I am Tiger Tansy.
And I am Wise Guy Code. And let's get started.
We back.
2, 1, 2, 3, go!
So what you can go first since you have more than me.
I actually think you should go first because I went first last week.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we can go ahead and get it right. I think California right now, in addition to the mass shootings that have happened here in Thousand Oaks, which is literally 20-30 minutes or probably like 15-20 minutes from where I'm seeing, they are currently facing wildfires. This is actually some historic wildfires that are going on right now. Total, there are at least 31 people dead. Over 7,000 structures have been destroyed, and this has consumed over 196,000 acres in total. So there are several wildfires that are raging in both Northern California and Southern California. The one in Northern California was actually started by a campfire. They are considering this the campfire wildfire. It is the largest of the 3 fires. It has burned through 105,000 acres by itself has killed 23 people.
Damn.
There are reports that there are over 130 people who are still missing. They have not been able to find them as of yet. 130 different people are still missing as a cause of this fire. This is now the third deadliest fire in the state history. And this is the most deadliest fire in over 100 years. In over 100 years. You have to go back over 100 years to get a fire this deadly in California. So we definitely want to keep people in our prayers for that. Also in Southern California, there are two different fires going on. Let me see if I can get you they are called the Woodsley and Hills fires. These fires are actually extremely, extremely close to where I'm staying here. I'm staying in the Woodland Hills area. It's already taken over Calabasas, Thousand Oaks, Hidden Hills, all of those areas, which are literally within. Calabasas is 4 miles from me. Hidden Hills is like 2 miles from me. Like, this literally, I can walk outside of my house the other day and you could smell the smoke in the air. Like, you can smell the smoke in the air. That's how crazy it was. This fire, these range of fires have affected over 300,000 people. We have been put on evacuation notice, which basically means you need to be ready to evacuate if they tell us to evacuate. You need to already know where the fire is and what direction to head in. Since the fire is coming in northwest of where we were, we would go south, basically southeast in the opposite direction, which is actually more towards Los Angeles and into the South Bay area. But anyway, this has been kind of crazy for me because I just moved out here. Now we're dealing with the fires and this whole thing. This is kind of like I didn't even know what to do. Like, this is because I'm used to hurricanes. I'm used to even tornado warnings and stuff like that happens in Louisiana often. I was like, wildfires. How do you even plan? What do you even buy? What to do? How do you even get the alerts? So it was a whole experience for me, and I'm not going to make this about me because I haven't even really been affected that much yet. I'm still living in the house I was in before. I haven't had to evacuate. If I do have to evacuate, they're looking at later on today or tomorrow as being the time, because the fires, let me mention, are only 20. The one that's near me is only 20% contained. The other fires in Northern California, I think, are around 25-30% contained. So they're still raging at very large rates. They're not at all over.
Contained, yeah.
Right. They're not at all over. So I did get pissed off a couple of times this week in regards to the reaction to the fire. First, Donald Trump decided to tweet, and I don't know if I still have the tweet, but basically he wanted to blame the firefighters and the organization who's responsible for deploying them to fight these wildfires in California, basically threatening them, saying that it's their fault, these fires, that they're poorly managing the fires, and that if they proceed to poorly manage the fires, he's going to cut their funding. What kind of nonsense does that even make? What kind of nonsense does that even make? Like, so cutting their funding. Okay, so you have nobody fighting fires, then the fires would be 0% contained. You know, like, it would just be the stupidity level of this president is I feel like I can't even make an articulate. You know how some people say something that's so dumb you can't even say something articulate because it's so low. I don't even know how to get that low to respond to this foolishness. Right. I don't even know how to articulate myself without also sounding dumb. So it just doesn't make sense. So Trump. We bashed him enough. He knows the stupidity, and it's literally just to get on people's nerves at this point. He knows what he's doing. I feel like he's a lot smarter than what he lets on. But moving forward, so this past week,
give him more credit than I do.
I feel like he's a mastermind. I feel like he knows exactly how to push people's buttons, how to keep the pulse on the American heartbeat. That's what I feel like he's very good at. But also, so the community my sister lives in, my sister and I, we went to the leasing office to get information on the fires and what to do and such and so on and so forth. And then while we were there, she was like, "Okay, we're about to be delivering packages." Leasing manager was like, "I'm about to be delivering packages and water and different things to the people on the property to just as a evacuation packet bag, so something you can grab and go in the case that you need to, because we're having placed on higher alert and things like that." So we were like, okay. So she's like, "We're looking for volunteers to help pass out if you guys have time." And we're like, "Yeah, sure. We're more than willing to do that." We'll do it. So I'm passing out the bags, delivering cases of water and the little bags that they have prepared for all of the units. And one of the people, when I knocked on the door, I guess she mistook me for actually working for the leasing office. So I'm letting her know, "Here's your packet," giving her a little information that they tell us to say. And she's like, "So what I want to know is, what are you guys going to do about the smoke in the air? Because I can't even go outside. This is absolutely ridiculous. What are you guys going to do about it?"
What are you going to do about the fucking smoke in the air?
I just paused. I had the dumbest look on my face. Like, in my mind, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious right now? Your neighbors literally down the street, their houses, their livelihoods are gone, literally up in flames. And you are complaining, not because you've been affected, but because you smell smoke, but because their houses are burning up. Like, are you kidding me? Like the amount of arrogance and selfishness and inconsideration. I didn't even say anything to her. I just walked away, because at that point, I don't know what I would have said to her if I actually if I actually would have responded to that foolishness.
You made the right decision. Because them the type of white women that call 911 on black people.
Exactly. Nothing. I didn't even say she was white, but you knew she was white. Or did I say she was white?
Come on now. I knew. I knew.
Exactly.
Ain't no black woman coming outside her house saying that shit.
And then I was like, I don't even think people in Louisiana white women in Louisiana would have said that, because at least there's a certain sense of community and things like that when natural disasters come. We are very aware with hurricanes and stuff like that, and helping neighbors. And I'm not going to blame it on, big city living or California or anything like that. But this is not the first time that I've experienced high levels of inconsideration for your fellow, neighbor. To me, that means something, but I don't feel like it means as much to them, because it's like, okay, people who are not affected by the fires. If you're in the city, you could be right next to a city that's burning up. If they're not affected, they're seemingly unconcerned, and that is not how we were. Like, I can't be in our hometown and then the town that's literally across the Washita River is burning up, and then we just like, oh. we just going to the movies, going shopping. It ain't over here. So that is like literally crazy to me. But anyway, yeah. So that's what's going on. I think I pretty much touched on everything. Yeah. So just to give a recap again, at least 31 people are dead. Over 130 are still missing. Over 7,000 structures, and it has encompassed, all three fires have encompassed more than 196,000 acres of land. So this is definitely keep California in your prayers, especially under the administration that we have, and the fact that these fires are barely contained. They are spreading so rapidly because of the winds. So California is expected, at least the South Bay area is expected to get strong winds tonight and tomorrow. So the Southern California fire, the Woodsley and Hills fire is expected to, if it is going to grow and expand, it will be either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys updated on that.
Okay. Well, thank you, girl. I'm glad to know that you right now everything is, stable as of now, and Sis, I hope they able to get. I don't know, child. They're gonna need a miracle for this one.
Right, they are, but it's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna work out.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's talk about Tanashi 6ix9ine. What this boy name is, child? 6ix9ine. Let's just say 6ix9ine. I don't.
Yes.
This is nobody I listen to.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Takashi. That sounds better. But I don't care about pronunciation because it's not one of my girls. It's just not. 6ix9ine. He has a reputation of being a very big clout chaser. He's constantly online fucking with these grown ass gang affiliated ass niggas. And I don't if that's the lifestyle you live, you're gonna have to pay the price for that.
You will.
And I think that this week, I don't know, I can't even say that he's gonna realize anything or he's gonna learn anything from this situation, because he act like when XXX got murdered, that he learned something from that and that he was gonna tone it down, but he hasn't. So if you hadn't heard, he was having a video shoot for a song that he has with Kanye West and Nicki Minaj. I don't know what's up with our rappers thinking that they need to go hook up with these terrible ass young rappers, and it's like, I don't know if they feel like that's the only way they can get a hit these days. I don't know what's going on. So they were gonna have this video shoot at a home in Beverly Hills, and TMZ released the surveillance footage. I watched it myself, and what you can see is two masked men pulling up to the gate of a home in two separate vehicles, and they fire multiple gunshots, and I believe I heard at least 12 gunshots that they fired into this home. And then the men got back in the vehicles and they sped off. And I heard that, Kanye left immediately after the incident went down. Of course, who wouldn't? Nicki Minaj was scheduled to arrive later on. But it's a good thing she had not gotten there yet, because from what I read, one of the bullets went through a window that was supposed to end up being her dressing room. Now, what some of the people saying online is that YG called her and gave her a heads up that some shit was about to go down. And to say your fucking ass away from that house. But part of the fact that people saying it is YG fault. For one, he's been beefing with 6ix9ine this whole year. And if you don't know nothing about YG, then you need to just know that he a blood. Okay. Yeah, he one of them Cardi B turn everything that start with a C into a B ass niggas. And so they've been going at it like at least this whole year. On top of that, when the news came out that this happened at this house, he retweeted the story with some laughing emojis. So you think it's cute, you think it's funny that they just had a shootout at a home that 6ix9ine and Kanye West was both at, along with countless crew members.
Right, because the crew members and stuff gonna be the ones that get hit
before anybody else. Right,
those two people in a room probably full of 40 or 50 other people that don't got nothing to do with none of this.
And anytime you see 6ix9ine, whether you see him walking down the street or whatever, he's always surrounded by like 4 or 5 niggas.
No, four like or five 8 to 10 niggas.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of them. He'd be surrounded. And I'm like, y'all really want to take a bullet for this motherfucker? But okay. I don't know. Hopefully Nicki, I don't know. Has she posted? I don't even know if she's posted anything on social media since this incident went down. But hopefully she sees, like, I don't know why people think that they can just, girl, like, you putting yourself in danger just being associated with this motherfucker.
Right.
Like, I don't know how they don't see that. He is always online talking mad shit, and you got niggas out here who will see through on the shit that you talking about, who don't mind going to jail to shoot your ass up.
Right.
So... Did you end up hearing about this?
I did.
This went down?
I know that he has a reputation of always trying to act like he's so big and bad, and he's unclappable. And unfortunately, I feel like he's gonna get a day where he's gonna get clapped. And that's you walking around LA, you doing what you're doing, you provoking these blood members or gang members. These people, they really care about this. This is not. Yeah, this ain't no game. This is not for play. This is not a game. They will really pull up, and they pulling up with multiple witnesses in Beverly Hills of all places. So the police is on high alert, standby. A white woman in Beverly Hills call, they're gonna be there in 0.2 seconds. So it's not. This is not a, and that just tells you the level of how much they don't care. And then he was at Complex Con. I don't know who he was fighting with. I don't know if it's some other Bloods. I don't know who he was arguing with. He had a whole bunch of security and arguing with people. Boy, go wherever you're from. Go back to there and keep quiet. Don't play with these people, because next thing you know, they're gonna catch you slipping one day. I promise you, they will catch you slipping. They are.
You're gonna be out here with a video of you sitting in a car dead.
Right.
And, everybody going to be talking about you a legend. You're not. I'm going to tell you that now. You're not. You ain't even dead.
I don't even know a song by him. I don't know. Oh, that Fifi song. But I don't know that song. I just heard that song.
That's the only one
that I can
I've
even
heard.
think of. That's only because Nicki Minaj is on it. But other than that, I wouldn't even...
Apparently, it becomes insensitive when you tell people after they dead that they not a legend. But you ain't dead yet. You ain't a legend.
Lord.
And if you died tonight, that would not change.
Right.
You are not a legend. Okay? Like, I don't know. Let me go ahead and do one more here real quick.
Okay.
Since I think I do got a few more than you, maybe a couple more. Okay, so did you see anything about Keke Wyatt? Not Keke Do You Love Me, but Keke Wyatt, honey.
I was about to say Keke Palmer. Shout out to Keke Palmer. She did a I'm Every Woman rendition.
Cover?
Yes. And she killed it.
You know what? I might stick that in here because she did kill that. She did kill that.
I was like, oh, Keke. I used to love clowning you. Now I'm actually, I feel like I have to.
You became a fan that night?
No. That's just, I appreciate good work. And so I had to give her a little clap for that. So clap to Keke. If you haven't heard, I'm sure it's on her page somewhere. I don't even know.
I think I'm probably gonna stick it in here.
Okay.
It won't hurt nothing.
I can cast a spell, secrets you can tell. Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Anytime you feel danger or fear, then instantly I will appear. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I can do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But the other singing Keke, yes, I heard that she got a new man. Isn't that right? Or something like that?
Yes, that is correct.
She got a new man, and then she said some stuff about her old man. But my question is, isn't she getting married or engaged?
Bitch, she married again.
So she's married.
Already.
But wasn't she just getting divorced earlier this year and then...
Last year.
That wasn't this year?
Around this time last year,
she
was
okay.
getting
So the divorce
Now,
probably,
we don't know when it was finalized.
It definitely had to be finalized this year. Because at the end of last year, she was saying that she wanted him or something like... Because when he filed for divorce, she didn't want to get a divorce at that point. But then,
she was 8 months pregnant, and one of their children was in and out of... was in the hospital because he was battling cancer.
Yes.
So yeah, she wasn't trying to go no damn well. Like they had you, I got a baby in me.
Right. It's all coming back. And then she said, "Oh, he trying to leave me and leave the kids." Blah 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 blah. And then he posted this message and said, "Just because I'm leaving you don't mean I'm leaving these kids." And then he had to. I remember that. Okay, I'm back. But so what's going on now? What's she?
Okay. Well, this new man, like you said, she is back this year. Y'all remember last year? She was crying in the car, talking about we can. She wanted us to get him. Do you remember when she said that in that video? She was like, y'all can have his ass. She was ready for the internet to roast him. Mm-hmm. Girl, we couldn't even find his social media. Girl, no, man. We ain't finna roast that man for you. You have to do your own work.
Right.
So, yeah, she is back this year with a new man. His name is Zachary Daring, and they were married last month. Apparently, she already knew this man. He was like her first childhood boyfriend. So, she announced all of this on social media. But before we get to her announcement, let me say some other stuff that happened this year with Michael. So, back in August, this woman by the name of Paris Bennett, apparently she is Michael's new boo. And she let that be known.
Michael is the current husband or the ex-husband?
Michael is the ex-husband.
Okay.
Yes. And she let all of that be known on social media. She is a former American Idol contestant. And she got on social media. She posted several pictures of Michael, and one of them in the caption she said, "An everyday crush, but you can call him Monday." And then she did hashtag my man crush Monday and a few more hashtags, but the messiest one of all, the one that people were in her comments reading her live about, was where she said hashtag if only you knew. Now, if you don't know nothing else about Kiki.
Girl, I know. That's another thing. I stop singing Patti LaBelle's song. That's not your song. I mean, yes, you can sing it.
She does it well.
You do it well, but that's not your song.
And seeing that Patti can't do it anymore.
We're not doing this. That's a legend. I should not be a legend. Patti is a legend. We're not doing this.
We're aware she's certainly a legend.
And it's Patti Pie season. We're not doing this.
You think they coming back? Because I have not been able to.
They in the stores out here.
In Walmart in a minute.
They out here. And actually, the recipe has gotten better. I tasted one the other day. I was like, oh, okay, Patti, you still moist. I see you, girl.
Everybody know Kiki done sung that Patti LaBelle If Only You Knew song. So
she done sung it into the ground.
Vocally
and figuratively and everything.
Sis, you being messy. You being real messy. You baiting Kiki. And I don't know if you know who Kiki is, but there's a bit of a violence.
Didn't she stab one of her, something like that?
Her first one.
Okay.
Yes, her first one.
How many husbands does she have?
This is number 3.
Okay, how many kids does she have? Cause I know she.
She had number 9, I think, maybe recently.
How many?
Now
kids?
one of them is not hers. One of them is Michael's from a previous relationship. But I think 8 of them are hers. 3 from the first man, and like the rest from Michael.
I googled this. It says 3 kids. I know damn well she got more than 3 kids.
Oh yeah, Kiki got more than 3 kids.
Let me go to Wikipedia. So
she was pregnant with number 8 just last year, I think.
Exactly. So
number 8 for her womb.
So are we expecting number 10 with this new husband? Because Kiki's very fertile.
She's very fertile. She's very fertile. So I hope he is definitely ready for some kids. But let me see, where was I going with this? Because we done got so far off of. Yes, okay. So Miss Parabena was very messy about that. And so, as a part of Kiki's little announcement of her new man, she did an interview, and you can see the interview on TMZ. I'm actually going to put a little bit of the audio in here because she just sounds so angry to me. For a woman who's supposed to be, married and happily, and you're moving on with the new man, your baby cancer free now. Like, you still sound like you bitter and like you upset about what Michael did. So I'll let y'all hear it.
Life at this point, the fact that I'm laughing and smiling is a beautiful thing. Because I went through a really rough patch there for a while, for about a year. Y'all know about that little video. That video of me looking like a desperate dumb heifer. Honey, I was 8 months pregnant and I was hormonal and I thought I wanted something that wasn't for me. Amen. And my baby fighting cancer. But now, a year later, my baby is cancer-free. Oh, shut. My new husband, Zachariah Davis.
Your new husband, what?
My new husband. I reached out to Zachariah, and I was just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Not looking for love, not looking for nothing, and it's God's honest truth. Just saying howdy, because I didn't know if he had a girl or whatever. I didn't know. I was just saying hey, and he was like, girl, what's up? And I was like, oh, Jesus. This man will never tell me, oh, I'm tired of dealing with you pregnant. I'm tired of dealing with you and this baby with cancer. I can't deal with you, your mouth no more. Like I'm not supposed to have emotional problems, nor my baby is on his deathbed. A 14-year-old child laying in the bed dying that I gave birth to, and I'm an emotional toxic wreck? No, nigga, you are toxic and you are an emotional wreck. How dare you? And I'm 8 months pregnant with your baby that I didn't ask for, that you wanted to give because you was horny. Nigga, bye. You go on with that little ugly critter, that bat. Go on with it, honey. Have that hoe.
Baby! So
girl.
You heard what Kiki said.
Girl.
Y'all, we just had to listen to it ourselves for a second there. Kiki is something else. Let me tell you.
Somebody still pressed.
Somebody is very pressed. Kiki said he'll never tell me, talking about the new man, he'll never tell me he tired of dealing with this baby with cancer. Now I know that man ain't say that shit.
Right. That don't sound right.
That don't even fucking sound right. Kiki. Damn.
That does not sound right to me. And then
so I don't know. What you gonna say? Go ahead.
What husband is this?
3.
Exactly. So
Where's the problem? Where's the real issue here?
Right.
Now when this one disintegrate, don't try to tell us.
And dealing with emotional problems. It's one thing to have emotional problems, but you already had a history of stabbing your first husband. This is beyond emotional.
And then everybody who watched R&B Divas knows that Kiki be talking that man some kind of crazy.
I never watched R&B Divas, but I should. Is that the one with Countess Vaughn where they got all these clips of her?
I don't know if she on the one with Countess. Countess might be on
there's multiple versions?
Yes, they had them by the city. I think they had Atlanta. They had one somewhere else.
So where's Kiki? She in Hollywood or Atlanta?
Do we really know what Kiki is? You saying that like
she's
we really
somewhere singing "If Only You Knew." That's all I do know.
Yes, she's at Nene birthday party singing "If Only You Knew."
Oh my goodness, Kiki.
Okay, so like I said, I don't know if y'all heard in there, but she referred to Paris Bennett, the new Michael Jamar's new woman of the hour.
Is she his girlfriend? They're only dating, right? They're not married.
They're only dating. They ain't done got married. You know, Kiki done had the one up. Because
normally it's the men who go and be the first ones married.
Okay. But now she just said, "Nah, nigga, you ain't finna move on, and I'm not gonna move on. Like I'm finna one up your ass."
She really didn't move on. She just hopped into something.
She hopped on. Yeah, right, exactly. So she also on Kiki's, there was a little bit more here on her Instagram that she posted, because another reason why I feel like Kiki is just a little bitter, and she has not given herself the time she needs to heal and to really get past everything that she endured, is the fact that on her Instagram, along with making this announcement of her new man, she had to put the other girl on Front Street. Okay. So she said in the caption, she said, and it started off with a quote from Kiki. She said, "No one is perfect, and we had our issues, but his timing was horrible," Miss Wyatt says, as she reaches for a napkin to wipe her eyes. Adding fuel to the fire was the fact that he left her for a mistress. Not any mistress, but a mistress that Kiki considered to be a friend, a little sister, a woman that had recently sang backup for her, a woman that she had even welcomed into her very own home. The betrayal of it all sent Kiki's world into a tailspin. Kiki says that she will never say either one of their names again. And then she went on to talk about how she saw the little post from the girl who was hashtagging. She said, "Stop hashtagging my songs." But I think you just had to remind her that
what?
That made your songs. Them Patti LaBelle songs.
I don't. I'm probably the only one on here, and I know this because I'll be the only one that don't know a lot of stuff. I don't know one Kiki Wyatt song. If the $1 million, I had to win the $1.6 billion, and they asked me name one Kiki Wyatt song, I would only be able to say "If Only You Knew." That is literally the only song that I know, and I'm pretty sure that she has at least one song that people know, but I don't know.
She has probably a couple of albums.
What about the song?
I know she at least has one. You say what now?
No, she don't have it. What is her song that she is
She
known
doesn't
for?
have a signature record. She has not gotten her signature record is "If Only You Knew" by Patti LaBelle. That is, she hadn't gotten her own signature.
So I don't
she
feel
did
bad.
do a song with Avant. She did a song. She's done a number of little little songs or whatever.
The girl can sing. I'm not gonna take that away from her. But back to this whole drama with the other girlfriend or the other
baby. She say sis is a mistress. She said this is her friend. This was somebody she was cool with. This Paris.
So now she Kelly Price. What's Kelly Price song?
Lord.
Well, the best friend. I don't even know the name of the song. Well, the best friend.
Slept with the. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I do.
If y'all know the song, please let us know what the name of it is, because I cannot think of it right now. Heard that yesterday, but I don't. Kiki Wyatt. I feel like she's always in some type of relationship, and or drama that is just. I don't know. So is she trying to say that the girl was sleeping with her husband while they was together?
Yes, that she's a mistress. Yes.
Okay.
That she been.
Do you believe it?
And you know the timing of it is peculiar.
The timing of what?
Of the timing of Michael and Paris, because she announced the next August. Like they filed for divorce in October of 2017.
Okay.
And she announced in August of 2018 that she was dating him, and this is somebody who was in these people's house.
Okay, so the timing is off for who? For
the time
for this to be
for Michael and for Paris. Like
to have been dating all this time.
I believe Kiki. Yes, that there has been something. You've been in my house and you've been singing backup for me. So you done been around me and my man, and now we divorced, and not even a whole solid year done went by, and you with my man, and you was just singing backup with me.
Singing backup. That's an
you was singing backup for me.
That to me, I don't. To me, I'm not trying to justify.
The husband is probably the manager. I think that he was the manager.
He was the Kiki
so
manager.
you really had contact with him more than you probably did with Kiki.
Exactly. So he probably had her in the house. See, now you making me make sense.
I believe Kiki, but this is my thing. I also believe that the marriage has been toxic. I believe that as well. I think that Kiki she has been hard to deal with. And I'm not going to say that it's all her fault. I think that she was scarred by her first marriage. Because she married that man when she was 18. Okay. And the reason that she says she stabbed him is because she was trying to protect herself. Like, it was self-defense for her and for her child that she had with him. Like, he was trying to attack her. So I think that she was scarred from that. She actually ended up marrying Michael Jamar just a year after she got out of that marriage. So you done did the same thing twice here. Right. So you went into the marriage with Michael Jamar still scarred from the first marriage. And now you're going into this third marriage with Zachary still scarred from the one with Michael.
Still beefing with the previous husband.
And the one before that, yes. So this is not. I want well for Kiki, but I don't have high expectations for this marriage. I'll say that, and I will say, Miss Paris Bennett, you are very messy. Sis, I see you. That's probably why you are an American Idol contestant and not an American Idol winner.
Can she sing? Can she sing? Okay.
This is yet to be determined. So we'll have to.
Did she get past the initial round? First of all,
she's good enough to sing behind Kiki.
Who was the judges?
Okay, let's.
Was it any season with J-Lo? Was it any season with J-Lo?
You taking me there? I'm here to tell you in a hot second. So she was on there she's on the 5th season. So that sounds early.
Oh, that's early. That's like Paul Abdul to somebody still on there.
Yeah, that's early. She was on the 5th season.
Okay, so she might be able to sing. Might.
I'm trying to find
the judges for that season.
She was performing some songs that you just don't perform. Like she did Beyonce "Work It Out." That just ain't no performance that you do. I'm just saying, like that's not a vocal.
That's not a song that you on a vocal competition.
Yeah, that ain't what you're doing. Then you don't look like you're gonna be dancing, so that ain't what you do. But anyway, okay. So I don't know.
So she's singing good enough to sing behind Kiki.
That's it. That's that. Yeah, that's and the sing to Kiki man because that's what she did. She sung him right off.
Lord, okay.
I don't know. That's very messy. I hate that for Kiki, but I'm gonna throw the mic back to you.
Okay. So, have you heard anything about Mississippi's Senate race?
I have not. I don't believe.
Okay, so there was a video published on this past Sunday that shows Senate hopeful Cindy Hyde Smith joking about a public hanging. In the video, she says that. Let me rewind. So in the video, she's at some type of farm or ranch or something like that. It's a small group of people. And I guess the farmer or the person who is owns the ranch or who invited her there, she was standing next to him. And basically she says, if he invited me to a public hanging, I'd be front row. I guess that's her way of vouching for him of some sort. I'm not sure. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. I just saw too many white people and talking about hangings, and then that was that. Do you think it's appropriate to joke that let's say I'm vouching for you, if he invited me to a public hanging, I'd be front row? Do you think that's appropriate?
No, hell to the no.
So that's basically what she did. Now she's received a whole bunch of backlash. Now she's blaming the public, talking about we're taking it out of context. This is just a grandeur gesture that I was just trying to
And when you
make.
do that, you fuck up even more. When you respond like that, now even if you come back later on and apologize, you done fucked up.
She
because
did.
if you first off, you just don't say it. Second off, if you do say it, you just apologize. But you don't double down and then try to
to me, even if she would have came up with a right apology, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's what I've always been taught. I'm not trying to take it, not trying to take it all the way there. But that's what I feel.
Shit.
And so for you to sit up here and say, even to even say that okay, y'all get the point. This is Mississippi. This is Mississippi doing what Mississippians do. That is all I'm going to say. We are very familiar with Mississippi.
Mississippi, honey.
We are very familiar, and this is not unlike anything that I would expect. So she is currently in a runoff on the re-election. Well, basically the votes were too close in range. So they have to do a runoff, and the vote is on November 27th. She's the Republican candidate going up against a Democratic candidate. So hopefully she loses. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. This is definitely racist.
Yes.
Because in America, our history, the last people who were really hung were African Americans during the Jim Crow era and before. So what this is not, the going back to the 1700s in Great Britain where they used to actually execute, prisoners and things like that. This is specifically, especially you're a southern state, Mississippi. This speaks to a specific type of behavior, and this is code. She said that when I watched the video, it was white people speaking to white people in code, and not thinking that it would be a big deal. But not thinking, so she was letting you know where her party. She was letting you know all about what she stands for and everything, and she said what she wanted to say, and she said what her heart truly meant. And I thank you for showing yourself, so we can act accordingly.
Yes, God.
Do you have any questions?
I don't. I have concerns, but not questions.
All right, so that's it for this one.
Alrighty. All right, so let's talk here for a moment about Don and Kalina and Danity Kane.
Don.
Oh,
Dawn.
Richard. Don.
Okay.
Was it the southern
drawls? Yeah.
Took you out there?
I would think more
sorry.
Don Lemon instead of Dawn.
I'm so sorry. And that's funny. That's funny because sometimes they need to get these phones, like they need to get like a like a voice feature that understands Southern dialect. I was typing. I was like, sometimes I say my notes out loud on my phone.
Yeah, and they don't know what.
I kept saying done, and they kept putting done like Don Lemon. I'm like, why are y'all doing that? And so now for you to do that, that's weird. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know, but Danity Kane is back, sort of.
Well, is it Danity Kane, or is it just Dawn? What is the other one's
Shannon
name?
and Aubrey.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Those are the three that have reunited. Andrea and D Woods declined. They was like, nah.
Yet again.
You're right. I'm gonna stay in this corner. So they have been these three girls have been prepping for their little comeback, and they've been performing at all these little venues and doing these interviews and things. And one of the interviews they did, I think this one was last week, it was with the Cosmopolitan, and they revealed some real ugly truths about the entertainment industry. So the part that I'm talking about started off with the interviewer. He was asking them about the cultural shift that's been taking place in America. Women are speaking out and speaking their truth and actually being heard by society. That led Aubrey to talk about her experience on Celebrity Apprentice. I don't even know if y'all know that she was on there, but she was on Celebrity Apprentice.
And didn't she have a relationship with Trump Jr.?
Yeah, girl, yes. Jesus, yes. That's a whole. We ain't even talking about that part, but yes, that's a mess. So two producers, while she was on that show, ended up coming up to her, and she said that they told her that she was doing really good on the show, but that Trump wanted to get rid of her because he felt like she was ugly.
Okay.
And that there was already another white girl on the show who was very pretty, and she would bring in a lot of ratings because of that. just to hear her say this, and then like, this is the president.
Right? Do you believe it?
I certainly do.
I believe it, and I feel like that was not. I feel like that was, they probably could have been propositioning her for something else versus trying to basically. I feel like they probably used that as an excuse to get her to do certain other behaviors to keep her ass on the show. You get what I'm saying?
To make her act a fucking fool.
Off camera behaviors.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Ooh, Jesus. I don't even want to think about it.
But anyway.
Okay, so at that point, and this was really the piece that I wanted to get to, Dawn chimed in and she was agreeing with Aubrey, and she started to share her own experiences that she had as a part of Diddy's group, Diddy Dirty Money. Do y'all remember Diddy Dirty Money?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember them?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, come on now. That whole album that they put out to me was great. That was actually.
Oh, you listened to the album?
I did. When I thought about it, I was like, I think that might have been one of the last albums, physical copy, that I purchased.
Oh wow, okay.
That album was that good to me. I really, really liked that group together. I felt like they were definitely ahead of their time, and I think that you could play their music today, and it would still be hot. Like that album was. They had features on there that just was. I mean, everything just. You should go listen to it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that everything just landed where it needed to. But she was a part of that group, her and Kalina, as well as Diddy. And so she talked about her experiences with Jimmy Iovine. And so I'll read here a little bit. She said, "That's what we're told." And she's referring to Aubrey and the statements that she made. She said, "And it's insane because you get it from every gambit." She said, "Jimmy Iovine told Kalina and I to our faces." She said he looked at Puff and said, "Why don't you have light-skinned girls?" And he said that in front of a boardroom of 50 people. Now, I don't know if y'all know who Jimmy Iovine is, but he is the co-founder of Interscope Records, and he also co-founded Beats with Dr. Dre. Mm-hmm. He's a white man, and to me, he looks like a naked mole rat.
Is he though? Somebody was on the Breakfast Club asking, saying something about Jimmy, and this is not Jimmy. Is this his first time? Hasn't he sexually assaulted somebody before or something like that?
I feel like there are some
allegations about him.
Some allegations, yes, I do.
It's too many to keep track of at this point.
Come on now.
But I feel like he's one of those people. Y'all let us know in the comments.
Right, and it's shocking, but it's not. It's just tragic. What
did Diddy say?
Okay, so let's continue on. Because Dawn and Kalina's little, I guess, opinion of Diddy or whatever, it kind of differs just a little bit. Continuing with what Dawn said, she said, he said, "These girls are too ugly. I don't get it. What are you trying to do with this?" And she said, "I remember feeling exactly how Aubrey felt. You know, you're more than this. You're sitting there and you're being told as a grown woman you're ugly." She continued and said, "And the worst part was my boss then said when we left, I need y'all to go put on mini skirts. We're going to straighten your hair." And they brought us back in the room and he still didn't get it. No one fought for us ever. We've only had to fight for ourselves. There was no one who was willing to say, "We have your back."
Ooh. Jesus.
You see stuff like this, and do you wonder why these people be out here getting these surgeries and getting these skin bleaching sessions and things? And it's like, it's kind of eye opening just to what people go through behind the scene,
right?
Because I mean, we didn't know any of this. Just thinking about the fact that Dawn and Kalina and were in that group, and just to know that this man said that to them at that time.
I'm still confused. So from what you're telling me, I can get the impression that Diddy just sat there. That's what you're saying.
What she said is that Diddy, when she said my boss, she was talking about Diddy, and she said that he had them go out, put on some mini skirts.
Oh, so he was the one who tried
to.
That
we're going to straighten your hair. Yes. But now let me read to you. Let me get further before you give your statements on Diddy. The Cosmopolitan, they reached out because you make accusations like that, they got to reach out to some folk and see what's the tea. Like, okay,
right,
she's saying a lot here. They reached out to Diddy. He could not be reached. They reached out to Jimmy Iovine. They were able to reach him, but he declined to comment.
Declined to comment. That sounds
yes.
That sounds guilty
to
me.
That's suspicious. It does to me too. And they reached out to Kalina, and she responded by email and said, "I personally was encouraged from Puff verbally to never change what I looked like. There were people that thought Diddy Dirty Money was a reach. I heard through the grapevine that Puff was being asked why he didn't use Cassie or etc. But Puff insisted on the sound matching the look." And she also made a statement in here about Jimmy Iovine, and she said, by this point, and she said that this was a meeting that she had prior to joining Diddy Dirty Money. She says, by this point, he was letting me know that I was now one of his favorite writers and favorite voices to listen to.
What? By this point today, or by this point in the moment that Dawn is talking about?
You asking yourself the same thing I asked myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about not reading that part because
it
I
don't
didn't
make sense.
understand that statement. But I said I need to be completely transparent about everything that she said. So, because I don't want to leave none of it out. Because you need to have all the evidence before you make a verdict.
Okay.
So
can I make my verdict?
You can.
So this is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like, from what she's saying, that the events did happen. However, she does not want to paint particularly Diddy in the negative light, and she does not also want to negate that Jimmy Iovine did or did not do what Dawn is saying. But either she developed a relationship with him for her songwriting, because she was primarily a songwriter anyway, or she don't want to fuck up a relationship to not get her songs, still shopped around these record labels. To me, it's nothing that she said negated anything that Dawn said to me. I feel like Dawn spoke in truth, but Dawn is also an independent artist. She's been independent since Diddy Dirty Money.
She's not owned by nobody.
She's not owned, exactly. She doesn't have obligations. From my understanding, she went back to still what she was doing before Diddy Dirty Money, which is songwriting.
Right.
And so she still has to get her songs shopped around to these artists by these record labels. And trust and believe, they will blackball you. And so I feel like she's
playing it safe.
She's playing it real safe without saying, I would have rather you no comment or say that versus you try to make it make sense without all the way telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? All the way going there. She could have just said the part about Diddy. That's fine if you want to, because Diddy is a black legend, and we do want to. If there is something positive, because I remember watching the little when he was recording the album and that whole process, and he directly discussed how he really wanted Dawn. And he really wanted, what is her name? Kalina. He really wanted both. I know he was very adamant about making this a group effort, putting both of them girls, having them in the in the forefront of the group, and not hiding them or anything like that. So I believe what she's saying. I do believe that.
I do too, and he still did that. I mean, you can look. He
did that action
go with no light-skinned girls.
Right. He didn't go with no light-skinned girls, and in that moment, I do believe he was still trying to make it make sense to Jimmy. I believe that he still did whatever he needed to do to try to make it make sense, instead of right now
because
today.
He's an investor.
Right. In today's time, it may be okay for you to say, "Oh no, you're not about to sit up here and you're not about to do this." I don't think it's to that level in these boardrooms. I don't think like it's gotten to that level. But I'm saying it will be more acceptable because it's easier to hold people accountable. You can't get up in a room with 50 people, right. 50 people present, and then say the stuff that you could say even 5 or 10 years ago.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It was a different time. I understand that, and so I'm not gonna let this negatively affect my view of Diddy like it was about to.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I had to complete the statement, because I needed Kalina's part, and also to say that the way that I saw what Diddy did as far as taking them out, putting them in a miniskirt, changing their hair, that was like Tyra when the girls would come to America's Next Top Model, and what's one of the first things they get is a makeover. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to make you look the best that they can possibly make you.
Make you look as presentable to the white America as possible.
Yes. and I mean, just as an artist too, just as somebody, as whether you're a model or a performer, there's a certain image that you're going to have to maintain. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what market or industry you in, all of them have to maintain a certain image. So I don't see anything wrong with image consulting. That's a whole market. That's a whole industry.
Right.
So I don't see anything wrong with that. But definitely Jimmy, I'm like, bruh.
I don't think this is I really want to, after this, I'm going to Google him and see what else he's done. I feel like this is not the first thing. And I feel like the fact that she said it was in a room with 50 other people, so that's 50 other witnesses that if he were to lie and say he didn't do this, they'll be able to, anyone.
Which is why he didn't make a comment.
Right, no comment. It's better not for you not to say anything at all. But this industry,
Colorism is real.
Colorism is real. Sexism is real.
Very real.
So some people have said that sexism is actually more prevalent than racism in the music and entertainment industry. I'm not going to confirm nor deny or say that. I can see that, because at the end of the day, like, this goes back to my Monique spiel. If they can make a buck off of you, they will. But I feel like as far as black men or black women in general are still regarded as lesser. They can make dollars. They can be making a whole bunch of dollars, and they still want to pay them and treat them like garbage. You know what I'm saying? As versus even black men typically get more closer to what they are worth versus any woman.
Cardi B and Nicki Minaj should both be the highest paid females in rap today. Period. But I bet when the list come out, they not.
What you mean? Who gonna be paid more than them? Queen Latifah?
Jay-Z probably will.
Oh, the highest paid. You mean not? You said females in rap, so highest paid.
Future. Oh, well, I mean that females. They should be the highest paid. Period.
Oh, highest paid in rap.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, because you said highest paid female. I'm like, who?
Just because of their impact, and they've taken over the airway.
Right.
They just it's been them and almost nobody else.
Because people have been talking about them. I'm so tired of talking about them. Makes sense. But I doubt it. I doubt they're getting paid what they should be, or what they.
I doubt it too.
What all their lucrative businesses should yield. But anyway,
that's my point. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Okay.
So let me do one more. Can I do one more real quick?
Before you about to move off of Diddy? I mean, not Diddy.
Yes.
Off of
Danity
Kane.
Yes.
Danity Kane. I did see a couple of the performances. I posted one. Aubrey, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if this plastic surgery is affecting your choreography or your dance moves or your ability to move your body. But she was up here looking tired and stiff.
Since Trump told her she's ugly, can we really come down on her for plastic surgery anymore?
It's not. I don't care about the plastic surgery, but I still want you to hit these 8 counts. That's what I do want you to do.
But if it's got you feeling stiff.
When Nicki Minaj say it finally softened up, hers ain't softened up yet. Because she was out here looking stiff and tired. And then it's extremely noticeable when Shannon only dance. Shannon only dance.
Shannon got in the group because of dance.
Shannon only dance, and then Dawn actually can dance. So you up here looking like you don't have 5 girls to make it make sense. You have to deliver your part. And then Aubrey, when I was like, could she never dance? And I went back and looked at the old videos. Aubrey could dance. Aubrey, it was actually the other one, Andrea, who had the problem with the choreography previously in the group. She was the one that could sing but couldn't, move. But back to that. Also, they had a situation where they decided to crowd surf. Did you see that?
I did not. Did it go well?
PSA: if you decide to crowd surf, please make sure that you crowd surf when your concert is or the venue is actually to capacity. You can't crowd surf if you got spaces and empty. You have room where there's no fans standing there. Because what ended up happening is they crowd surfing, they doing good. Then she got to a point where it was only one fan right there, and then she fell right through. I think it was Shannon fell right through to the ground.
Damn.
It was all on the shade room. But anyway, and I don't know what this. Did you see DJ Khaled try to crowd surf? and the crowd threw his ass right back on the stage. They did.
Don't do this.
Girl, I don't know what this thing is. All these rappers and everybody is just crowd surfing like y'all are big rock stars. Because to me, really, the people who really was crowd surfing were people like you two. People like you got 100,000 people standing out there waiting for you. Not you in the small little club with 200 people in there, and then you want to crowd surf. No, you are not that big. You're not big enough. And DJ Khaled, you too big.
And you too big. Come on now. This right here says DJ Khaled crowd surfs, ends up crushing fans.
Exactly.
Oh my God, he fell through too. He did crush down. They are struggling. I'm watching the video. They are struggling. And you right, they had to put his ass back on stage. Like, sir, you was too fucking heavy.
My neck would have came up broke that day.
Somebody said, I hear one of the girls died. Stop. These comments is...
Yeah, go watch the video if you haven't seen it yet.
Somebody said he definitely snapped some knees.
What made him think that he could get on top of these people?
Money make niggas think they in shape. It made niggas think they cute. It make them think a lot of stuff. Even Jimmy Iovine, I'm like, you think because you in this little old position, you can tell Dunn and Kalina that they ugly. Look at you. Look the fuck at you. I don't care how much money you got.
He can be ugly as he wants to. As long as he got money, he can snatch up plenty of beautiful women.
See, women got to stop doing that. Women got to stop doing
that. You got to hold these men
accountable. Hold them accountable.
Don't let them
lose weight.
Don't let them cash checks that they looks can't cash.
Exactly. Come on now.
But anyway.
Jesus. Okay. So let's talk about Tiny real quick. Okay. So 4 years ago, Tiny got an eye color change, right?
I think she was
ice gray.
She was the first person. Well, she was the person that let me know that you can do that. I didn't even know that you can even get your eye color changed.
That was real. That was a thing.
Right. This is what we're doing now. Okay.
She could definitely be the spokesperson for eye color surgery because I haven't. You're right. I haven't seen anybody else for stature.
Does anybody like it? Or
ask Zonique, and she can't. We gonna get there. Okay, so she went out there to South Africa and had this surgery, right? And this is 4 years ago. The year after that, Zonique, following behind her damn mama, flew her ass out there to Africa too and had the same damn surgery. Now, as y'all should know, this surgery is illegal in the United States. It's just they haven't figured out a way to not make it be as fucking dangerous as it is. Like, they haven't figured that. Trust and believe, the minute that they figure out how to make a nigga eye still be all right coming out of this, they gonna make it legal because they want the money. So
aren't all these booties illegal? The people got on. I mean,
no, you can get a legal booty in the
United
States.
Not the ones, not these giant.
Not them Nicki
Minaj's, but you can get like you can get a little
not
padding.
The ones that make you think you got lupus and you don't. Not them. You can't get one of them. But
because didn't Tammy Roman was hers legal?
She did. No, hers. I don't think hers was legal.
None of these. I know Cardi B's, Nicki Minaj, K Machine. None of these was who has a legal booty. Because I feel like the legal booties, they don't be that big. They be like a normal. They just move a little fat from here, put it back there, and then it be.
Yeah, it's a regular fat transfer.
It still be looking like it don't be like what Nicki Minaj and K Machine and all of them. It's just like. You know, those booties are illegal. Okay, I got it. I worked it out.
Okay, but that's why so many of them, when you think about it, so many of them have faced complications because they are not legal booties. And so yeah, these illegal eyes, it's the same way. So what are you laughing?
These legal booties. I'm just
and these illegal booties and illegal eyes. So they can cause glaucoma. They can cause cataract. Cause other corneal problems, and there have been no long-term studies that have been done on having this surgery.
You may turn 50 and can't even see no more.
Come on now, you don't know how you might be doing fine today.
Just like these illegal booties. How is Nicki Minaj gonna look at 65? What What are you? I don't know. I just doesn't make sense to me.
It's not gonna work out. She's gonna have to go get something done. Like we don't even. Who is the oldest person with an illegal booty?
I don't know. Probably Tammy Roman.
I want to know that.
So we gonna stick a pin in Tammy.
No, please don't stick a pin in her. Not if she got an illegal booty.
Isn't she 50 something? How old is Tammy? She gotta be.
Yeah, you have to ask. You have to ask Tammy. I don't know. Tammy might have gone in here and then changed her shit. Let me see. Tammy Roman age.
Please let the girls know. How old is she?
48.
Oh, okay.
She's not. Jackie 49.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I know. But you know, they say black don't crack.
Sometimes it do. Sometimes it do. But Jackie, one of them people, she might say she Indian or white or something.
Don't start with that. Jackie ain't got no fucking sense. Okay, so let's. All right, so like I said, Zonique took her ass over there, but Zonique done had complications, y'all. Why? Because this is
an illegal surgery.
This is an illegal surgery. So if you watch their TV show T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle, then you've probably already heard about this. Okay, well I have to tell you. Okay, well on that show, one of her eyes is blue and the other one is
purple.
Is brown.
Oh,
I'm not gonna play with you. One of them is blue and one of them is brown because she had it taken out of one of her eyes. And she was talking to her grandmother on the show, and she said that the doctors told her that there's a possibility that she may go blind. So at this point,
isn't she like 22?
She's very young.
She's very young.
She's very young. At this point, she's had both of them removed. Let me get her exact age.
How do you remove it? Correct. That's not gonna be worse. Like it's like a tattoo. Don't you have to go and basically they re-tattoo your color on or something? I don't know what.
There's a video on, not a video. There's a picture that she put up on Instagram, and one of her eyes is blue and the other one is brown. That brown one was very red, like very red, because it looked like, I guess it was like right post surgery or something. It looks like at this point both of her eyes have cleared up. They're back, they're back white or whatever. But what I will say is that I think that that's probably because they probably had the money to get at least the best illegal surgeon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to some of the videos and things I've seen of people on YouTube, there are some people who had them took out and now it was red like hers was, and it never went back. And the people and the doctors and things have told these people that there's nothing else that they can do, and that it's you're losing your sight, and that's it. Like it's slowly gonna happen. And
unless we come up with some new technology, which we probably not before. Right.
So, let me mention one more thing about this. Naomi, a young woman on Instagram named Naomi, not Naomi Campbell. She asked Zonique about this surgery. She said, "Is the eye color change worth it?" She said, "Thinking of going to Kenya and getting it. I have done my research, but it would help if you can tell me your experience." And Zonique responded and said, "Well, I didn't go to Kenya, so I can't say if it's safe there or not, but I've never liked to recommend anyone to do it. I can say that my experience wasn't the best in the long term, but everyone is different. My moms are fine." I just think that this is horrible.
It is horrible.
From Tiny's perspective. Mostly.
Yeah,
because
so you're introducing your daughter?
The mother, and you have introduced your 22-year-old daughter instead of for what reason would your daughter
need her eye color changed?
Need to change her damn eye color. Like, I just feel like you normally you hear from mothers that they want to tell their children that you are perfect. The way that you are, the way that you came out.
Well, that's the same thing that Kim Zolciak did with her daughter Brielle. Brielle was beautiful. Now they both looking like Barbie twins gone wrong. I don't know. It's horrible.
It is, because I feel like for Tiny, and I'm not saying this about everybody that gets plastic surgery, but I feel like for Tiny at least, it stems from insecurities, especially in her marriage.
Right. And not
especially in her
and
marriage.
Speaking of the show, didn't at one point he try to blame her or blame the public for his cheating? And try to say, "Oh, they making it." No, nigga, no. You was the one out here in these streets, allowing yourself to be photographed what if he's canoodling with somebody that ain't tiny?
And then he slapped the woman ass and all
right,
of that.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
They talked about that shit, and he bought her a gift or whatever after he did that. Like they talked about that whole situation. It was so silly. I'm like, girl, you just gonna continue to let this man cheat on you?
I always say, if you're not gonna leave him, then let him cheat in peace. Let him cheat in peace. If you're not gonna leave him, save me the headache. Just let him cheat in peace. Let him do what he wants to do.
Why get online? Let that be your private life.
Right. That's the choice.
You privately deal with your you getting cheated on. For what reason do you have to come online and to say, oh, my man ain't shit, or to add him out and all of this if you're gonna stay with him?
Right.
Like, what reason?
I'm tired. I don't have time.
And then people comment on it and you say, oh, y'all in my business.
Right.
You told us.
Because that's the same stuff that Tamar do. I guess that's why they friends.
See, and you know what? What's funny about that is that when Kiki put up this message about this girl being a mistress, Tamar was the first comment, and she said, "Ooh, girl, what's her at?" Messy.
Exactly. Y'all stay in some mess. Some people get off Instagram. Get off Instagram. See, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B may have never been beefing if they was both off Instagram.
Come on now.
Get off Instagram. You can't.
For Nicki, she need to get off Twitter because that's her demon. That's her demon. Cardi B's demon is Instagram. But Nicki's
see, Nicki Minaj stuff eventually make it over to Instagram. So I don't ever have to go on Twitter to see what's going on. Oh God, Jesus. Mm-mm.
Damn, Tiny, you done had your daughter get these eyes and it done fucked up.
So now you blame me. You really blaming Tiny.
I'm blaming Tiny because the thing is, they don't know what's going. Like I said, there are no long-term research has been done, right. So they don't know if at some point Zonique is gonna lose her eyesight or not.
Right. I hope Zonique learn and don't get that illegal booty. Because especially if you do, don't get it wherever your mama got hers from. Because hers is one of the worst.
Oh God.
Jesus, have mercy on my soul.
She got an illegal booty, an illegal face, an illegal.
She may need to go get the thighs to match because that still is not. It still ain't.
And Nikki showed us that they can do thighs. Nikki is proof that they can do. They can certainly do thighs.
Because when she came up with that Chun-Li video,
looking like a fucking turkey, baby. They had her like a fucking turkey, honey.
Lord, they can't do thighs, so that's a new development. You may need to go get your thighs done, girl.
You know who else need to get their thighs done?
Who?
Pepper from Salt and
Oh yes, hers is similar to They must got the same doctor.
Yes, I think they do.
They must have the same doctor.
Like you would think at a point you would get tired of like looking at your comments and they saying, "Girl, what is wrong with your fucking thighs?" Like,
don't they be dropping ant emojis under Why are we like this? Let's stop. We done.
Okay, let's move on. Pepper is a legend.
But they do be dropping ant emojis under tiny posts. Go to her page
because that's what it is. It was like that. I mean, you remember when we were at the concert, people were literally in the audience
talking
saying
about
out loud, "Damn, what's wrong with tiny fucking booty?"
I think they would call it a diaper booty at that point. But anyway, we done. That's it. That's it. We're gonna finish this conversation off mic.
Okay, let's move on. They was eating that girl up in that motherfucking.
That was a good show. It was a real good show. It had comedy, even though Nene got canceled. It was everything.
Nene, we did not need you, sis. There was enough comedy in that motherfucking venue.
And that was right down in Mississippi. That's what we saw.
We was in Mississippi. You right.
Oh Lord. Anyway,
Mississippi.
So as of a week later, well, not a week, less than a week later. There are still multiple undecided midterm races at this point. Starting in Arizona, Senate race has yet to be called because officials work towards finalizing the vote count. They have more than 250,000 votes that are still to be counted. And this was as of when I pulled the numbers last night. This is a hot mess. I think we talked about this last week where I feel like they shouldn't even start releasing the numbers or the count for the votes in these elections until a week. Like we vote on Tuesday. They should have another airing and start releasing each state and each county release their official numbers.
Total.
Official. We done checked it, double checked it, triple checked it. Because if these kids got to double check their Christmas list, y'all should be double checking these votes.
Oh, you better say that.
It should be a week later on Tuesday night. They should be announcing each state come up and announce their little votes or whatever their little tally is when they got the official numbers. So I don't have to be stressed out and worried and I'm going through this mess. It's almost a week later. I don't know what Arizona's doing over there. I don't know what kind of tomfoolery for y'all still have 250,000 uncounted votes. It don't make sense to me. But
come on now.
I guess we'll be coming back to you guys next week with the results on that one. Now Florida is the only state to have started their recount process in both their city and their gubernatorial races. The Senate's contest was actually very, very close. They had 0.25 range percent. Now this is a very crucial percentage because in Florida, in the event that it's 0.25 or less, then they have to do a hand recount. They have to manually, that's determined to be the most accurate voting, is where they do a hand recount of all of the votes. And in the governor's race, there are fewer than 60,000, so they have reached that 0.5 percentile range, which does a machine recount. Now, this is also, like I told you, Florida always pulling some shit. They always doing something. There was a teacher in one of the counties, when they opened up the school the next day, found a box. It was 2 boxes, and it said provisional ballot, still unopened. We don't know how many.
And then, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Did you see what the people responded said that, oh, that's equipment. And then the man said, how y'all know it's equipment? Y'all ain't even open the damn boxes to look at it and know what the fuck it is.
Right. And then at one of the, I think 2 of the counties are under deep restrictions. I know that the government, the local Supreme Court had actually ruled in favor of some of the plaintiffs because they have been doing a whole bunch of different things with the recount and a lot of the votes were not counted. It's just a hot mess. Florida has always been a hot mess. Whoever is over the voting committee or whatever department of the government that is, they all need to be let go and there need to be a whole new regrouping. Because from my experience, fish rot from the head first. So,
come on now.
And so we're happy that Andrew Gillum is in a recount range and they're going to recount his votes. But if this has any history, if history is any indicator of how Florida's going to respond, I'm not too hopeful because we know the type of tomfoolery that they will pull, even on a recount. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that because there's so much different things. I told you at the couple of the precincts, they actually had to drive the votes 3 hours to the headquarters because for some reason they couldn't submit them electronically, this, that, and the third. Child. And we don't know what happened in those 3 hours that y'all was driving these votes clean across the country.
That shit.
Exactly. So it dropping, boxes of votes out on the side of the road. We don't know what the hell y'all was doing. And then, like I told you, the teacher found in boxes of votes the next day that have been uncounted. And then in counties where they had stated precincts
with a lock on it too, by the way.
Right, and she was very good because she did not tamper with it. She said she did not touch it, and she immediately started recording and posted. Yes. Said, I just see this box that says provisional balance, and she stayed with the box to make sure that nobody else came in there until officials actually came and recovered the information because we definitely don't want to be no voting tampering. I'd have to throw out 30,000 Democratic votes. Some bullshit.
30,000 African American.
Right. It'll be a hot mess. But anyway, so we definitely gonna be watching for that. Also in Georgia, with Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp, there are also fewer than 60,000 votes that separate them. Kemp has called on Abrams to concede, and she said, "The fuck I is." She has basically each day she's been chipping away further and further at his lead. All she needs to do is get him to below the 50 percentile range. So 50, if he gets less than 50% of the vote, then they will immediately go into a runoff. And I think that the date, what you said, December 4th or something like that, but they already have an official date. It's already in the bylaws of Georgia's government to where if they do, if he drops below that percentage, then they will go into immediate runoff and have to vote again. So that's what we're hoping for. They have yet to count. I want to say they're at like a 98%. They still have a few. They have more than enough to pull him, more than enough outstanding votes to pull him below that range. Let me say that, which is why she has not conceded. Also, let me go back to Andrew Gillum. He has announced that he is withdrawing his concession and that he's going to wait till every vote is counted, because at the time of his concession, they had a pretty much majority of they thought they had a majority of the votes. Even a few days later, they said they had 100% of the votes counted, but come to find out, they had tens of thousands of votes that were misplaced and a whole bunch of things and a whole bunch of mailed in ballots. And also, a lot of people in Florida were getting ballots back in the mail. People who were allowed to mail in their ballots were getting ballots mailed back to them stating like a return to address, but from the stamps on the envelope, it basically said that it arrived at the location, but then was placed back into the mail. Not that it was undeliverable or anything like that. So they're investigating a lot of different things that are going on in Florida. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of different games.
And the address was like it was like the pre.
It was a PO box. It's the pre-stamped. It's because they have official envelope that you have to put it in, and so pre-stamped. Clearly, this is right, and from the stamp that there was returned on the envelope, basically stated that it was almost like it was replaced into the mail, like it arrived. Like if you mail me a letter, then I place it back in the mail and mail it back to you. That's basically not that it was returned or was undeliverable or anything like that. So they're investigating that as well. But Andrew Gillum has announced that he's rescinding his concession speech, which has drawn backlash from a lot of Republicans. How can you now say that you don't concede, and after you already conceded? And Trump has even tweeted and saying that this is a disappointment, and then Andrew Gillum had to clap back and get that act together and say, well, the only disappointment is not counting every vote, and of course you as our president. So and so we'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. Is that it? So the preliminary voting reports from the midterm elections are actually the turnout has very easily trounced the 2014 midterms, and this is actually going to be the highest midterm election in more than 100 years. The highest turnout for a midterm election in more than 100 years this past 2018 midterm. So thank you to everybody who voted. As much as the only disappointing thing is that as much more young people voted, and African Americans, and it was up for Latinos, African Americans, and young people, which are all historically Democratic voters. Mm-hmm. The Republicans also, the elderly also showed up in larger numbers. They literally matched what we did. They said, okay, y'all think y'all mad, we're gonna be even madder. Like they
made it hard.
Right, they made it harder than what we were expecting. But we definitely have to carry this. We have to come out in even more droves than 2020. I think that is it for me. Do you have?
I think that wraps it up for me too.
Okay. So, this is probably the shortest episode we just had in a long time.
Well, that was the goal for today.
Yes.
It's a holiday, honey, and I'm trying to get up in here and enjoy the rest of it.
So
How you doing?
I don't think we're gonna be back next week because it's Thanksgiving week. So. Are we gonna be back?
Yeah, we'll take off Thanksgiving. That makes sense.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, and we hope you guys enjoy your holiday. Bye.